One thing I really like about all of your books is how you address the power of memory and how memory can alter reality in some cases. You talked about how you read true crime novels, sort of doing research for this book. I was wondering, Mysterious Skin, did you do research in terms of abductees? Did you,
Well, I was molested and abducted by a UFO, so.
You were molested by a UFO?
It was supposed to be funny. I thought it was. I don't know. I guess so. I think I'm less interested in what people remember than what people think they remember, or how people's memory changes, and how you can tell a lie, and if you tell it enough, you start thinking that it's actually the way things happened. I think with Mysterious Skin, a lot of people thought that I was making this point that recovered memory was this. I don't know. I actually got a lot of feedback from people saying there is no such thing as recovered memory, and it's just a creation of your therapist or something. And so I kind of wanted to play with that a little bit in this book, because the mother starts telling these stories, and you never really know what story she's telling is true. And with this book, I really liked the idea of having two lead characters that were both unreliable. Which, I don't know if that's the most commercial move to make, but I'm not really answering your question, but.
No, you are.
Okay. Yeah.
Wasn't there an opera based on Mysterious Skin?
Wow. No, there was a play. An opera would be great. I'm trying to imagine what that would be like. Yeah, maybe 2 years before the movie, a playwright adapted it for the stage, and I have no experience whatsoever with theater, and I'm one of those people I'm not very I think I'm an imaginative person, but when it comes to the theater, if someone's on stage as one character and then 2 seconds later they re-enter as another character, I'm just screw this, I just don't buy it. So I was really sort of apprehensive, but he sort of did things like that, but he did a really good job, and it was very different from the movie. It's really interesting. The movie resembles the book a lot more than the play did. But then I think kind of the downside was the play was produced and it seemed like people were interested, and then the movie was coming out, so a lot of people dropped their interest in perhaps putting on the play. Yeah. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
What?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
How was your mother figuring into your own training?
The Mysterious Skin was interesting because there's 5 narrators in the book, so it was fun to sort of take my own experiences or friends' experiences or people I researched or whatever, and just sort of fracture them around and mix them up, and there's elements of myself in all these characters, but and certainly the two lead mothers are very much a kind of a mixture of my own mom. My mom was just very kind of typical Kansas mom until I was about 10, and then my parents divorced, and she became this wild woman for a while and started drinking and dancing around the house naked and stuff. So I based the kid that's the prostitute in the book, his mom was really wild, and I sort of based her on the mom of her crazy 2 years. But the mom in this book resembles her a lot more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really sensitive about this right now because I just got this Amazon review today that said criticized me because I write about autobiographical stuff or something. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this book that didn't really happen. Just some of it did.
You use Kansas in, I guess, all 3 of your books?
Yeah.
And I was wondering, how does that play as maybe a character in the book? And also, have you considered, now that you're not in New York anymore, is there enough water under the bridge to start writing about New York?
Yeah, I guess so. I just feel like there's so many books about New York, and not quite as many about Kansas, and I feel like I have a lot of my stranger memories. The things that set me apart as a writer are sort of the things that I have associated with Kansas, and I like the idea that people see Kansas as like this boring place that they drive across on their way to Denver or something, and nobody ever really thinks of, you know, bad things happening there. So it makes a nice backdrop. It makes a nice, I like the dichotomy of the safe, serene, wheat field sort of landscape of Kansas and the material that I like to write about. I don't know, I mean, I think I'm a relatively funny person. I think I have a good sense of humor, but I cannot write funny. I've tried before and it just is horrible. Like, if someone said, write a David Sedaris essay, it would be so unfunny no one would laugh. But I think my interest is more in, you know, murder and mayhem or something, I guess.